viewer. My life work and my mission is to bring you extra information from the other dimensions because you don't have enough. One of the ways I do that is by doing the weekly astrology for all the astrological signs with my remote viewing skills. I'm not trained in astrology. If you put a gun to my head and said, I need you to do my chart, I'd say, you know what, pull the trigger because there's no way. I don't know. But I do communicate with dead people, with animals, with walls, with crystals, and with the planets. And so I can bring you information that's going to help you and will be additional to the information you should already be getting from a traditional astrologer. If you have a business, you need that. And I say that because many years ago, before I really understood prevention, and I was just into checking things as they were happening, I spent a ton of money on a radio show just to find out when I was shutting it down that astrologically I had zero support. And that's the way it was. I had zero support, even though everybody said it was great. So you should add our weekly horoscopes to your list of extra information from the other dimensions. Science says that there are between 11 and 20 dimensions. The most important scientists that you respect know a little bit about the other dimensions and would like to know more. And you can get that information here. So let's go ahead and start. What's the energies of the week for all of us? I was listening to an astrologer, and I will put right now the link. And she was explaining how this week that we're coming into, the 6th to the 12th of November, there is going to be an asteroid plus issues with Uranus and Mars, and it might get very explosive. Uranus is the planet that just throws everything up in the air and let's see where it falls. And honestly, I think that kind of is where we are in this country. And I think for a lot of us, that's where we are in terms of our lives. So let's go ahead, knowing that this week can be very significant. But before we get into that, let me say that Mars has to do with communication, throat chakra. What is the issue with the throat chakra? What is important to your throat chakra? Truth. Are we living truth on a national level, international? Are we living truth within our families? Or are we so not wanting to upset anybody that we hide what we're really feeling about things? Or we're so dedicated to continuing whatever it is that we chose years ago that we don't want to say, this isn't working for me anymore. That means that the throat chakra gets debilitated. What's the issue with that? Well, you don't communicate well. That's really not the big issue. The issue is that the throat chakra, of all of the chakras, has the most portals to other dimensions where bad energy can come in. It has 5 portals. No other chakra has that, to my knowledge. So you really want to keep this very, very healthy. And if you're lying because you're so sweet and so nice and you just don't tell people things that you noticed because you don't want to upset them, or things that upset you but you don't want them to know that it upsets you, you're really just hurting yourself. So you know what? And the truth shall set you free. And I don't know that this week a lot of people are going to be set free in the midst of a chaotic situation, because the truth has not been honored enough. And we have gotten ourselves into very difficult spaces because of that. So this is all about your astrological sign. So let's go ahead and start with the one we traditionally start with, which is Aries. Aries, let me say hello to everybody who's joining me. I'm not going to ignore you, and yet I am going to ignore you. This is for you. Okay, so Aries, you are a male sign and a fire sign. Aries, I think you're going to upset a lot of people by saying stuff, and you're not going to give big speeches. You're just going to be saying something, and everybody's going to go, what? 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 And at some point, they're going to say, why didn't you say this before? And I think you might want to be saying to them, you weren't listening. If I had said it before, you weren't listening. And that will be the truth. So Aries, you're getting really comfortable with the truth. You're not skedaddling away from it. This is a good thing, Aries. We need you. Aries supposedly are the front runners, and they'll run ahead of everybody else because they're curious and they're fire, da, 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 da. And then they're able to bump into stuff that we need to know about. So Aries, you know what? Continue. This is good. Fire sign, male sign, willing to say the truth now, even if it costs a little bit of irritation. So let's go on to the next sign, which is Taurus, which is a female sign and an earth sign. Taurus, it's a pity that you did not talk before. You're waiting a little bit long. You waited, I'm going to say too long, Taurus, to say what's really going on with you. So in the middle of what apparently is going to be a mess of a week, now you want everybody to know the truth. Well, you need to say it. Your throat chakra absolutely needs relief. But you really should have said it before. And the reason I'm reinforcing that is say it in time the next time. Say it. And perhaps you need to look at this chat, which I'm going to put it again, the link to it, about what's happening this week with the planets and with an asteroid. You need to be ready for what's coming down the pike, and you need to be ready for people to call you on the fact that you didn't say what you wanted. So you can't complain. If you just followed other people, hey, if you didn't let them know, hey, take responsibility. And that's it. From here forward, when you hear these horoscopes, that's it. Bottom line, you start to say the truth. Or at least don't mislead people with the smile on your face or one little comment that makes them think that you're okay with what's going on, because it's not. Taurus, throat chakra. You need to take care of it. And for that, you need to be truthful. Not secretive and not hiding things until the right moment. Just simply truthful. The throat chakra, its color is blue, which is the color of communication. And it has a portal in the mouth, each nostril. That's 3, 4, and 5. And then it has another one here, which used to be in the back of the head. But because the astral body of planet Earth has moved, magnetic north has moved, that portal is no longer here, it's here. We're not aligned with anything anymore. So that has created many, many messes. So let's continue on to the next astrological sign, which is Gemini. Where am I getting this information from? The planets. How accurate am I? According to my followers, of which there are tens of thousands, very accurate. But you would know. You listen. And if this resonates for you, you come back next week. Or you follow our channel on X and on YouTube, Francis Fox English. Let's keep going. Gemini, which is a male sign and an air sign. Gemini. I see you moving. I see you got, or you're going to be traveling. I see you got a suitcase, a little suitcase, one of those little carry-ons. And I see people asking, where are you going? And you're going, no, I'm not going anyplace. But yeah, you're going someplace. You just don't want to share with people where it is that you're going, Gemini. And you're really not letting them know that you are going. You're going. I can't say gone, but you're going. And you're looking back, and those people back there are kind of confused and arguing and asking and trying to figure out, and you're okay with that. You're not going to inform them. You're a Gemini, so you're like a newspaper. You want everybody to know everything. Not this time. This time it's all about you and what you decided to do, and not even thinking about what other people feel about it or think about it. Okay, Gemini. Movement again. Last week there was a lot of movement for all of you. Again, apparently this week. For Aries, in the mouth chakra, Taurus needs to talk, and Gemini has decided not to talk, but to move. Good stuff. Now we go to the next sign, which is Cancer, which is a female sign and a water sign. You're trying to get away. You've made a decision to get away from something as quickly as you can, but with a smile on your face so people don't know that you're getting away. No, I'm not going anyplace. I'm just putting some stuff in my car. Not going anyplace. but you are. You decided to take off a mask for yourself. You're not taking off a mask for the other people. On the contrary, you're putting on a stronger mask, having to do with other people. They don't need to know what you're doing. You've been too open. You've given people the advantage of knowing in advance whether they haven't given you anything. So, Cancer, you also are moving. And you've also made some decisions that sound like they're really good for you. I guess you're choosing a new life and a new way of doing life, which does not include having everybody know what you're doing. They all knew what you were doing all the time. You told them every step of the way. And now you decided you're not going to do that. I think that's a good decision. Continuing on to the next sign, which is a Leo, which is a male sign and a fire sign. Leo. I see you with a stack of papers and you're going like this and making them perfectly, and then you put them here and you pick up another stack and you're ordering it. You know how you shake papers so that they will all fall into place? And you're going, okay, I got this under control, but I'm really bored. Really bored. Oh my God, how am I going to keep myself entertained under these circumstances? I can't take this. I'm bored. Being bored, boredom, I think in the Bible they say it's the workshop of the devil. I think that that's a little bit accurate. So Leo, what can I say to you? I think you need a mantra. Please God help me with my intention to align with my prosperous mission. Please God help me with my intention to align with my prosperous mission. What does it have to do with? We don't need to know. All you need to know is that that mantra works. So try it several times, and I think you're going to find yourself feeling so much better. Please God, help me with my intention to align with my prosperous mission. It doesn't really matter how old you are. If you're 12, if you're 18, if you're at the university, if you got a really solid job, that's the mantra that's going to help you to get out of this mindset of boredom. You may need to continue where you're at, but something gets stimulated. This mantra is like, it's like miraculous. Try it. Try it, Leo. I think you'll be pleased. So we're going to go on to the next sign, which is a female sign and an earth sign, and it's a Virgo. Virgos have been through living hell. Honestly, whoa, like Capricorn for 2 or 3 years, but then Capricorn, I guess the planets stopped beating on Capricorn. So eventually, Virgo, the planets will start to send you organizing and nurturing energy rather than we need to beat this person up because they haven't understood yet. So what's going on this week for you, Virgo? Weird image. I see kind of, I guess it's you, and then there's all these vectors shooting out, okay? Shooting out. It's like all those vectors mean a thought or a group of thoughts, and there's many. So you have a lot going on in your head, Virgo. I think you woke up to a lot of things at one time, and one of the things you woke up to is your relationship with your mother, which means your relationship with females. Interesting that I am now thinking of a particular person who's a Virgo, and I've always known that the reason he does what he does with me is because I'm like his mother. I'll do that later. We're talking about a grown man, and certainly can't get much older than me. And yet it's still the same thing that this person learned as a child, having to do with mother. So all of you need to go and examine your relationship with your mother and see whatever issues, because there's always issues, no matter how much you loved her. How is that playing out with other people that might be blocking you at work or with your mate, etc.? So let's give you a mantra. Please God help me with my intention to miraculously purify my relationship with my mother. Please God help me with my intention to miraculously purify my relationship with my mother. The mantras are said in silence, and you expel your breath through your mouth. We're going to go ahead and go on to the next sign, which is Libra. I'm vacationing someplace, so this is why you're not seeing my usual background. So Libra is an air sign and it's a male sign. Libra. I see you trying to put stuff in order. Like you got all these papers and you have like 5 or 6 sections. And okay, this paper goes here, this goes here, and this goes here, and this paper, throw it out. And then I see you putting them all together and going, okay, this is a portfolio, a manuscript for how to run things, because I'm not going to run them anymore. Whoa, Libra. Libra is going to turn over stuff to other people and is organizing in order to turn this over to other people. The other people are not really aware or not fully aware that this is going to happen now or in the very near future. So here we go with the fluidity of the throat chakra, which is the chakra whose health depends on truth. Everybody lies today. It's called being emotionally dishonest in order to be nice. But man, has that set back civilization, which now we see civilizations imploding. So Libra, this is what you need to do. So you need to do it. And let the chips fall where they may. According to the astrology this week, that asteroid is probably going to kick things into place that you would have waited a little bit longer to do. Don't know. But I put on the chat, and I'll put it again, the astrologer, who I do not know, but she does do Mayan astrology, and I thought it was really interesting. And I actually think it matches stuff that I see that's happening behind the scenes in my life. So you might want to look at that. Oh, I can put it on. I keep forgetting that I can actually put it here for you to look at. Okay, so we're going to continue on with the next sign, which is Scorpio, which is a water sign and a female sign. Scorpios are all about karma, and they're all about helping other people with their karma. It is liquor. Scorpio. Now you feel sorry for the people you wanted to beat up. You were so angry at people, and now you feel sorry for them. Now you feel sorry for them. And you can see how they really tried their best, and what they were doing they thought was the best thing for you or for them. Your compassion has kicked in. I see you picking up people from the floor, like, okay, it's going to be okay. It's okay. Don't worry. It's going to be okay. Okay, so that's about other people. How about you, Scorpio? Scorpio, you don't really know what you want. So let's give you that mantra again. Please, God, help me with my intention to align with my prosperous mission. If it's your mission, you're going to love it. You don't know what your mission is? You don't need to know. Just do the mantra. You repeat it in silence. You release the breath through your mouth, and you just allow. You think that your life is ruined because you don't know what you want. No, your life is not ruined because you don't know what you want. What you need to do is get still enough and allow a process that will now take place. Okay? So let's continue on with Sagittarius, which comes after Scorpio. And Sagittarius is a male sign, and it's a fire sign. Sagittarius, I see you with a rope, and you're swinging it in the air, and you're catching something at the top of a very tall building, and you're hauling yourself up there. Now, why on earth this got full of light all of a sudden, I don't know. Maybe what I'm saying is important. So the rope hooked onto something in this tall building, and you're pulling yourself up, and you're in the tall building, and it's reminding me of the movie, where's the woman on the Eiffel, where King Kong. So you're up there like that woman in King Kong at the end. Oh, there we go with the light again. Wow. And you're there, but there's a King Kong, but he's down there. It's not. And you're up there, and you're going, okay, I'm here. I'm top of the world. I'm here. Sag, I'm here. I'm at the top of the world, but I'm alone, and nobody else is going to climb up that rope. So you realize, Sag, that you positioned yourself in such a way that's at the top. but you're by yourself. And it's shocking to you because you just didn't realize how you were going to feel lonely and you were going to feel isolated and separated. So interesting, because you've had a tough time, Sag, for a while. So let's go into what your mantra should be, because you want to create what it is that's going to work for you. You already created something. You're on top of the world, above everybody else. Oh dear, above everybody else. So now maybe you're going to want, please God, help me with my intention. Oh God, what a weird mantra. Please God, help me with my intention to share my wealth. That sounds a little bit communism to me. Not that communism, I mean, I'm not trying to get political at all, but that's the mantra I just got. What does that mean? Maybe you need to give your mother a house if you got that much, or maybe you need to pay for your mother's gas, or maybe you need to pay, and I keep coming up with mother. I guess this is a week of a lot having to do with mother. I don't know. That's the mantra. And you will get images and thoughts and feelings and realizations as you do it. The mantras are repeated in silence. You expel the breath through your mouth very gently. If you get tired, you're not doing it right. Okay? Do it more slowly. Do not move your mouth with the words. That's what the little old ladies do with the rosaries, and they're sitting there like little martyrs. No, the mantras we're giving you are empowering. They actually strengthen your lungs if you do them often enough. Your breath gets deeper. So you repeat the mantra in your head, or you direct it to a part of your body or a particular chakra. You expel very gently through your mouth, and then you start back up again. Okay? So we're going to go on to the next astrological sign, which is Capricorn, which is a female sign and an earth sign. Capricorn. I see you at your home, everything is fine, and then I see you with somebody next to you and you're really happy. And you get on a boat and you're out boating and sailing without a care in the world, just very connected with nature and the wind and the water, and someone next to you that you feel good about. And whether you have that person now or you're going to have that person in 2 weeks, I don't know. But that is actually what your future is. That's actually set in concrete in your present. You're not living it yet. So if you're not happy with mate, I think you're going to be. And you're going to be also very relaxed. And we have Estella, who's very observant and very truthful, saying, yes, that's very true. She's a Capricorn. That's why she and I have always understood each other perfectly, because I'm a Cancer and we're paired off very nicely with Capricorns. Whether it's male or female, it doesn't really matter. It's an energy that kind of works together. Okay, so we're going to go on to the next sign, which is Aquarius, which is an air sign, not water, and it's a male sign. Aquariuses have had an interesting couple of years. Let's see what comes up today. Wow. So Aquarius for a long time wanted to get out, had one foot out the door, wanted to leave, and then all of a sudden a couple of weeks ago decided to stay and was happy. Today what I see is Aquarius has written a list of requirements or demands and is showing them to someone and saying, this is what I want. And the person is going, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And Aquarius is going, no. Wait a second. Stop. This is what I want. And the other person is like, well, but yeah, blah, blah. And Aquarius is going, this is what I want. So Aquarius, you got your head together. You got your head together. You now know what you want. Oh, wow. This is a novel thing for Aquarius is a mind sign, the most evolved of all of them. All that thinking sometimes leave you without being so grounded. So Aquarius got grounded. Aquarius got in touch with what they want. And Aquarius is now willing to go out of their comfort zone and put it on paper and say, this is what I want. Well, this is what I want. And we have this week that we're in that has to do with Mars and Uranus, which means communication and massive changes, immediate, enough to cause revolutions and for countries to fall, etc. And basically, you are changing the terms of whoever it is that you're relating to, whether it's at work or it's at home, you now know what you want, you're saying it, and that's your bottom line. Before, you were going along with a lot of stuff that other people were deciding, and now you're like, no, I don't think so. I know what I want. I know what's good for me, which is also good for the other people, but I know what's good for me. I know what I want. So, Aquarius, you're doing a really good job. Just continue. Your process, I think, is going to work for you. And our last horoscope is for Pisces, which is a female sign and a water sign. And I see you putting up a sign and it says, "Stop bothering me." And I'm not exactly sure. I see it a lot at work. And you're going just, and you're so tired of people bothering you, and you're so determined that they not bother you, that you put it on a piece of paper, and people come in, knock on your door, come to your desk, and you put it up, "Stop bothering me." And they're like, but is this about work? Is this about making money? Is this about you doing your job well? No? Then stop bothering me. Maybe you were too nice to people at work. I don't know. Pisces? I don't know. That's what this seems to be saying. And that is what the reading is. And I can't change it, because one of the reasons that I'm considered to be very good is that I have to go out of my comfort zone a lot of times. To be a good psychic, you cannot be addicted to what they taught you in school, to what your religion taught you, to what your parents taught you, to what science knows, to what's in the newspapers. No, those are filters to information. Remember that. It's important. Those are filters to information. You have pure information you can get with psychic abilities, such as what I have and what a lot of people have and what many of my followers are developing. You don't have to believe in something to see it. You can see something that's outside of your paradigm, that's outside of your belief system. And if you see it, maybe it's important, but if you have to pass it through that filter of what you learned in school, what your parents taught you, what your mother wanted for you, you're going to distort it. The Buddha said that the basis for human anguish was ignorance. Ignorance is a lack of information. Don't let your filters, how you were raised, what you were taught, what you believe in, to stop you from making the adjustments necessary now that the cycle that is ending, okay, is going to end. You can't pull that stuff into this new cycle of community, no hierarchy. That's why all the companies are collapsing. The people are collapsing. We're finding out stuff about people that was always there. And now we're finding out, well, we're in Revelations, we're in end times. So you have to be available to adjust to the new reality, not belief systems. And it's your old belief systems that's going to stop you. When we do our chats, the Mantristas, and we have had some fascinating chats, including the ones now where we have hundreds of people remote viewing the Mideast, etc. I don't allow any politics, because that's just repeating what somebody else said, and we already know all about disinformation. It's just, and I'll tell people, they'll come up and they'll say, no, because it, and I'll go, no politics. And I'll say, what did you see? No, I just know this. No, I'm not interested in what you know. I'm interested in what your remote viewing skills that you're developing here with me can see. And that has revealed fascinating things. And the most important, I'm going to say now, and then I finish. In the Mideast, there is thousands of years of anguish, tears. People that died badly because of religions, because of fighting, their spirits are still there, anchored to earth in that area. Well, earth is root chakra. It's where creation starts. You can't create anything beautiful when the base is full of tears, anguish, confusion, rage, huge spirits, hundreds of thousands of spirits of people that died that never went to the light, and then huge spirits who people like me can see that look like huge eyes buried in the ground, anchoring that area. No wonder there's wars there. No wonder there's wars there. So Do not allow what you learned up till now to block you from being successful in the new paradigm, because the old one's collapsing and we're falling into the new one. Don't allow what you learned before to stop you from being able to work with the new paradigm. That doesn't mean you follow everything I said, because right now I gave you information. You can do or not do, whatever. It's just information. You don't have to follow anybody. Actually, if you follow the intelligence of your heart, which Plato and Aristotle talked about, you're going to do much better than everybody else around you. Okay? My name is Frances Fox. I'm a trained government remote viewer. I am a ex-psychic spy who chose that yuck, whatever, in order to be able to have the skills to give you this information today. Okay? So follow us on X, Frances Fox English, and on YouTube, Frances Fox English. Okay? Thanks for being with me. Bye.